Welcome back, beautiful people. Today we are talking about rental properties in Hamilton. So we're going to start from the west, we're going to move our way east, and then eventually we're going to head up the mountain. You know we're going up to the mountain. And we are going to talk about type of people you're going to attract in different parts of the city. So right off the top, there's sort of three different criterion people are considering when they are looking at a rental property or an investment property. Number one, we're always shiny light is of course cash flow, which is a great indicator in terms of the health of the investment, followed by the appreciation at the other side of that investment when you're looking to sell it over. And then lastly, we're talking about the equity that you can either pull so that way you can take that money, begin your next project, and or use it for other investment purposes. Timeline wise, some people go straight for a flip and they want to get that property out in about a year. Other people like to hold on from 3 to 5 years so they minimize their loss in terms of mortgage, yet try and accrue some equity within the property, some appreciation. And then there's others that tend to hold on to the property and are looking for the long term for 5 years or more. We're going to start off today with Ainsley Woods. Great area, great neighborhood. And why I'm starting with this is that the type of people you want to attract are going to be in sort of the better neighborhoods. And this is like the ideal student neighborhood. It surrounds the entire McMaster area, higher quality students that are focused on their education. And so they are going to try and find the cleanest, nicest place. And it does come at a premium. So yes, you are gonna pay a little bit more for those properties. That's the nature of the beast because everybody else in the area is doing it. You do have access to beyond just students. There's also interns, there's residents, and a lot of students that are coming back to do post-graduate work, which is fantastic for you. If you're feeling that you want to move a little bit further east and you cross the highway, you're a 15-minute bus ride away from McMaster University. Now you have access to the Strathcona and the Kirkendale neighborhood, which opens up your tenant pool to professionals, couples, individuals that are looking to settle within the downtown core. Perhaps they even want to have access to the highway with the 403 that's right there. And they want to enjoy everything that Hamilton has to offer. Your restaurants, your sports, certain venues. Perhaps you even want to trek all the way to watch the Ticats, get some soccer. There you go. So Strathcona Kirkendale is a great opportunity for you to get a 2-unit property, preferably unit upstairs and then downstairs, which is more often going to be the case. Or you may be lucky and you find that unicorn duplex where it's a side-by-side and you have literally 2 separate units that simply share a wall. The other advantage of Strathcona and Kirkendale North is your access to GO train. This could be really important if you need to commute into the city. You want to be free of having a car. I also want to throw in there as a personal favorite from me to you is North and West. There's something about this area. It's quiet. Yes, there are calls for a lower income housing unit to be put in there, as well as Pier 4 is looking at a number of properties that are going to go, be they a mix of towers as well as mid-rise townhouses, buildings, things like that. Currently is sort of the quiet gem. You're close to West Harbor. You have the ability to access the GO train. Yes, it is a bit of a walk to get into the downtown area. However, you are going to get people that long day at work, they're going to come home, they're going to settle down, they're going to relax. And with all these new developments coming in, that ultimately in the long run will cause your property to appreciate, which is something that you can consider. Yes, it has been taking quite a while, especially with the recent interest rates that have caused properties to stagnate, to increase in terms of supply. 5 years, 10 years from now can be a very different story. So now is a great time to get in. You have townhouse properties that do have side access or semi-detached properties, as well as you start getting into those larger Victorian homes that you can actually divvy up into 3 units or more. Yes, it's more of a budget. You do open up to a lot of professionals, singles, couples. That gives you more people to choose from, as well as you're just outside the downtown core, so it's starting to peter off a little bit. And people sometimes like that. They get away from the hustle and bustle, and it's that sort of transition area as we start to move towards East Hamilton, and it's a little bit quieter. So that's one of the perks of that area. You're still accessible through transit, and some places do have laneway parking or street parking or municipal parking. And as you start to move east as well as south, you're gonna find that you have larger properties, slightly larger lots. You've got parking now. You even have the potential of an additional dwelling unit or a garden suite or a laneway suite. Over the last couple of years, legislation bylaws are now in place to make that an affordable option. So as you start to move that way, heading east and south, you now start talking more about family properties where they're looking for at least a 3-bedroom upstairs. Consider the areas of Blakely, Delta East, Delta West, really stop the east of Gage between Highway 8 and the mountain. That whole area, yes, it may require you to have a car to make it a lot easier for you. You have like strong transit options, especially with Maine right there. You have, of course, Gage Park, yay, a nice big place for you to enjoy, as well as all the smaller parks that are located. This is really good entry level in terms of looking for a family perhaps upstairs, and even possibly individual or couple living in the basement. Well, everybody knows you can always move up to the mountain. So I want to be picky in terms of Inch Park. We've got Eastmount as well as Hill Park. This area is kind of like the triangle where you have Juravinski to the northeast, you've got Mohawk College, you've got Hillfield, Strathallan, and that little area allows and really accommodates for a large group of people that are either finishing their residency or working at any of those locations. And then you have a large student population that are looking on the mountain in Hamilton. That really is a bit of an investor's dream. You've got a nice long driveway. Again, you have the option of an additional dwelling unit, or you have part of the backyard can actually be converted into another unit further down the line. A lot of the times these properties have side-by-side parking. They are, especially Inch Park, Hill Park, as well as Eastmount, you've got good access to transportation, all the amenities, the supermarkets, shop stores, restaurants, all your basic needs are all within that area. And you have access to a quiet suburban feel that people are really gonna go for, especially once they have kids. They're also gonna have backyard, front yards, so lots of green space, lots of parks, lots of good schools. And that really always boils down to the mountain if that's how you want to play sort of a safe bet. And that's where I've found a lot of my clients end up wanting to settle, as that's the kind of clients that they want to attract. My name's Ahmad Kaoud. I'm a local real estate agent. I love working with investors. They're very focused. They're looking for opportunities within the city of Hamilton. And put your comments below, share what concerns you have. Perhaps you're currently in a project, you need a little bit of clarity, you want to bounce some ideas back and forth. Call me, let's talk. We'll see you in the next video.